Hello. Okay, so I think I may have been right about that truck in the background of the picture that was supposedly leaked about the Tesla Semi. Um, a video came out that showed that white day cab truck in the background. They showed it close up and they showed it moving. I'll put a link in the description if it hasn't been taken down already. The first thing you'll see in the video is the truck is just sitting there and it's completely quiet. And I pretty much thought it was off until you can start hearing the air brakes. And at that point, you know the truck it should be running. Even when the trucks aren't moving, they make a good amount of noise. Like when I'm in the truck and I'm doing these videos, I always do them with the windows up and the truck off. So I try to hurry up and do them before it gets too hot in here. Even if there are trucks nearby, that makes a lot of noise. So that's why I have to keep the windows up. Okay, so this is what it sounds like when the truck is in neutral.
Tonight, northeast.
Okay, so this is what it sounds like when the truck is in neutral. I'm not a loud talking person, and I wouldn't want to have to talk over all this every time I did a video in the truck. And this is with the windows up, so it's insulated from the engine. If I want, it gets even louder. And in the video, you didn't get any of this noise. So I would find it hard to believe that that's a diesel-powered truck. And the best part of the video, you got to see it take off. Very smooth and very fast. There was no bouncing in the cab that you would normally get in a truck in those lower gears that you need to build up speed. It was very linear. It just took off. And I think now it was a few months ago that the rumors came out about the Tesla Semi having 200 to 300 miles of range. And I think those rumors may have been about the test mule truck. And I think whoever leaked them may have jumped the gun a little bit. I think they may have thought that they were leaking actual informations, and they only really had the test truck that they were using just to test for the official version. Yeah, that's all on the Tesla Semi for now. In my car, I've noticed I haven't gotten an update in a while. I usually get one maybe once a month or so, but I think it's been a couple months since I've gotten an update, which is a little weird. And also, the app is no longer showing the loot box. So I'm hoping that means that I have an update coming, or they're working on something that means I'll have an update coming, or they may be changing something with the referral program. Hopefully I'll find out in the next few hours. Maybe they'll have it later today set up so I can see what's going on. But usually when I've had trouble with the website or the app, I usually get an update right after that. But the updates are completely random. I've gotten updates at home over Wi-Fi. I've gotten updates at work over LTE, all times of the day. 2 o'clock in the morning, and had an update ready to go. I've gotten updates in the middle of the day and on towards the evening. So it's not something that I'm going to be waiting for. Also, it came out that 35,000 people purchased full self-driving. So those are people who have the Autopilot 2.0 hardware. And to me, that is shocking. It's been a year, and they have nothing to show for it. One number that didn't really surprise me is about 1 in 4 people didn't get any version of Autopilot at all, like myself. And to be honest, if anything, I'm moving further and further away from wanting the feature, because I don't know exactly how much of a feature it is the more I think about it. So when I'm driving my Tesla myself, I have to have my hands here, one hand on the wheel. But if you engage Autopilot, you have to have a hand on the wheel. You still have to be paying attention and I'll definitely be paying attention because I don't trust it. So it's not. I don't know what I don't know where that gets to $6,000 or $5,000. It's more of a novelty to me. I don't know if that's ever going to happen for me. I did see a video of Cadillac Super Cruise, and it does have just one advantage over Tesla's autopilot. I mean, you obviously can't use it in as many situations as Tesla's autopilot works, but when you're on the highways and the cameras and the sensors realize that it can handle the situation, you don't have to have your hands on the wheel. You just have to be looking up. And I think that's something that autopilot should be able to do. I think it should be able to know when it can handle the situation based on the GPS and the cameras and the sensors and ultrasonics. It should know when it can handle a situation, especially if you've been driving the road several times and it's learning from your behavior and your trips back and forth on the same routes. It should know if it can handle a situation. I understand the business side of it, that they wanted to get the money for full self-driving right now instead of waiting for it, but I don't know if it was a good idea to sell something that doesn't necessarily exist yet. And on top of that, to charge a penalty for people who didn't buy something that doesn't exist yet. I think they should have just waited and given people the option to buy it when it's ready, and the price could have gone up after a certain amount of time, because I'm sure there are some people who lease the car and they're watching their lease tick away, and the amount of full self-driving that they'll be able to get that they paid for is also ticking away. If it gets to a point where people have had the car for several years and they don't have a feature that they paid for, and they start to want their money back. And it could be a lot worse than the performance limiting restrictions they put on some of the performance model cars, limiting I believe it's the voltage that was going to the motor or whatever, and the owners weren't happy that they weren't getting the full performance that they paid for. They can't say that they are limiting something because they're trying to save the motor. What they kind of did is bait people into buying something, and it kind of made it seem like it would be ready soon by attaching the penalty to it being $1,000 if you pay for it later, and putting out the video showing how it works really well. It kind of makes it seem like it's, I don't want to go as far as say it was a bait and switch, but it was. It's kind of like a bait and wait. Not long ago, a used Model 3 showed up online for sale with a price tag of $150,000. Now, it's already been taken down, probably an employee, and they were probably threatened with their job. But all I can say about those prices is the waiting list isn't that long. To pay 3 times the sticker price, I think the only customers in that market are competing automakers. But that's all the updates I have right now. Let me know what you think in the comments. I try to respond to just about everybody's comment. You can use the referral code if you're looking into buying a new Model S or Model X. You have 15 days left to get $1,000 off on the car. And this is also around the time where you have to start getting your orders in if you want the car by the end of the year. And if you do that, you guarantee the full $7,500 tax credit, and you'll get the money in a few months when you get your tax returns.